tsiya ya kira mu ya ce mu zo ya yi tallafi da so zanga-zanga ya mana da so zanga-zanga da ya taimaki talakoki shi da yaya tun da asuba ka zo ka zuba mu ba ruwa ba abinci direbobi ba kudin mota mu kuma abin da aka mu an ba ma walakance ga maza ga matanmu mun ba an ba mu to mu yanzu nan mulki Najeriya ba mu da shugaban kasa Najeriya ba mu da wani kowa.
If you've been following the news, you know that the country has been experiencing a wave of protests calling for an end to bad governance. But what you might not know is that the government has been trying to counter this protest by hiring people to oppose them. In a shocking twist, a group of women who were brought in from neighboring states to participate in this counter-protest have now switched sides. They were promised payments for their services, but when that payment didn't come true, they decided to join the very protest they were meant to oppose. The government or those acting on its behalf brought a group of women from neighboring states to Abuja. Their mission was to counter-protest against the #End Bad Governance protest. This means they were trying to oppose the protesters and show support for the government instead. But why would the government do this? Well, it's a common tactic used to discredit social movements. By creating a counter-protest, the government can make it seem like there's division among the people and that not everyone agrees with the protesters. This can weaken the movement and make it seem less legitimate. The women were likely promised payments for their services, which is also a common practice. However, as we will see in the next section, something went wrong with this plan. The person who was supposed to pay them didn't come true, and this changed everything. They didn't get the money that they were promised. This is a crucial part of the story because it shows that even those who were willing to work against the protesters were not being taken care of. Imagine being promised payment for something only to have that promise broken. It's frustrating and unfair. And that's exactly what happened to these women. They were left without the money they're counting on. But here's the surprising part. Instead of going home or giving up, the women decided to join the #End Bad Governance protest. They switched sides. This is a remarkable turn of events because it shows that even those who were initially opposed to the protest can change their mind when they see the truth. It also raises questions about the government's tactics. If they can't take care of their own supporters, how can they be trusted to take care of a whole country? The twist is a significant development, and it's a testament to the power of the people. So the women arrived in Abuja, ready to carry out their mission. But then something unexpected happened. The person who was supposed to pay them for their services didn't come true. They were left without the payments they were promised. This was a turning point for the women. They had been brought into counter-protest, but now they felt cheated and deceived. They realized that they were just being used by the government to further their own interests. At this point, the women had a choice to make. They could have just gone home, accepting their loss and moving on. But instead, they decided to take a stand. They decided to join the very protest they were meant to oppose. This was a bold move, and it shows the power of the people. Even those who were initially opposed to the protest were now seeing the government's actions for what they were. They were seeing that the government was trying to silence dissenting voices and maintain their own power and control. The women's decision to join the protest is significant for several reasons. Firstly, it shows that the government's tactics are not working. They tried to use this women's counter-protest, but it backfired. Instead of weakening the protest, they ended up strengthening it. Secondly, it shows that the people are not easily fooled. The women were promised payments, but when they didn't come true, they saw the truth, they realized that they were being used, and they refused to be a part of it. Thirdly, it shows the power of the people. These women were not originally part of the protest, but they joined because they believed in the cause. They believed that the government needs to be held accountable for its actions. Lastly, It shows that the protest is not just about the one group of people, but about the entire country. The women who joined the protest were from neighboring states, showing that the movement is gaining momentum and support from all over. This is a significant development, and it's a testament to the power of the people. The government may try to silence dissenting voices, but the people will not be silent. For one, they realized that they were being used by the government. They were promised payments, but that payment never came. They felt deceived and cheated. But also, they saw the passion and determination of the protesters. They saw that the protesters were fighting for a cause they believe in, and they wanted to be part of it. This decision was significant because it shows that even those who were initially opposed to the protest could change their mind. It shows that the protesters' message was resonating with people and that the government's tactics were not working. The women's decision also added momentum to the protest. It shows that the protesters were gaining support and that their message was spreading. Unfortunately, the government's response was not surprising. They tried to discredit the women and the protests. They said that the women were paid to join the protest, that they were being manipulated by outside forces. But this response only made things worse. It shows that the government was not listening to the people and that they were not willing to hear their concerns. The government's response also shows that they were afraid of the protest. They were afraid of the people coming together and demanding change. But the people will not be silent. They will not be afraid. They will continue to demand change and they will continue fight for their rights. The government's response was a mistake. It only strengthened the resolve of the protesters. It only made them more determined to bring about change. The government may have thought they could control the narrative, but the people have taken control. They are demanding change, and they will not be silent. This is a momentous occasion. It shows that the people are not afraid to stand up for their rights. They are not afraid to challenge the government. The power of the people is a beautiful thing. It is a force that cannot be stopped. It is a force that will bring about change. The government may try to resist, but they will ultimately fail. The people will prevail. They will bring about a brighter future for themselves and for the country. This is a moment to be proud of. It is a moment to celebrate. The people are taking control of their destiny and they will not be stopped. This new era of accountability is a beacon of hope for the country. It shows that the people are capable of bringing about change. It also sends a strong message to leaders that they will be held accountable for their actions, that they cannot hide behind power and privilege. The people will continue to demand accountability. They will continue to fight for transparency and honesty, and they will ultimately prevail. So guys, that's the news for today. I saw it and I decided to share with you all. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.